Ooh, let's see. And I got to breathe. Hey, hey, breathe. Hey, me. Hey. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Happy Thanksgiving coming. I'm looking for my bracelet. You know what? The magnetic bracelets that you clip on, they snap, but run wrong force, they're gone. I mean, mess around and spend some money on them black beads magnetic bracelets if you want to. Cause you're gonna have to be looking down to make sure it ain't came out. That's why they be screwing those Cartier bracelets on too. Cause you just can't afford to be losing those $7,000 bracelets. I got to breathe. Hey, let me share this to and I got to breathe. Is that Tony Braxton singing this? I think that's Tony Braxton. Let me see. I think it was you. But anyway. All right. We got to be to work at 1. So it is 8:15. So we're gonna have a little chit chat about Thanksgiving. And we're gonna go to the gym. And by the time we do all of that, it'll be time to go to work. And then guess what else tonight? Tonight is our final in-person Bible study at the Beulah Land Bible Church for the year. Okay, for the year, because one thing about Beulah Land, it knows people have lives. It knows people goes out of town. That's why even though that I live out of town, when I'm in town, I go to church. When we have out of town stuff close to where I'm at, I go. I incorporate more virtual. I still don't miss church. I still be on my group chat for the motherboard. If we got a funeral we have to do for the motherboard, guess what? If I got to be to work at 1 o'clock that day and the funeral at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna do that funeral, hit the interstate, and then I'll be to work. I'm on my way. Okay. So just because I stay out of time now, because see, actually, I'm on assignment. Trust me. The only reason why I'm in this city right now is because I am on assignment. See, I am a true believer in Christ. Some people think I be talking crazy. Oh, you know, a lot of times because they don't have that kind of faith and they can't understand how it works for me. So they rather get mad or confused instead of jumping on board and and, and, and knowing, okay? Because you're really on board, you just don't know it. Just like Sugar Gabriel said on Color Purple. I got some Paul and he loved me. He just don't know it. When that lady said that, she did that. And then another quote I like out of Color Purple is when they was at that dinner table and Miss Sophia, she said, I was feeling mighty down, I was feeling mighty bad. when I seed you, woo, I know there was a God. Oh, and I was going to be able to come home again. But I love that because the reason why I love both of those quotes so good because I could feel them down deep in my heart when them ladies. I experienced it for myself, so I know what quotes like that mean. When I seed you, woo, I know there was a God. I know there was a God. Okay, another thing I need to do before I want to go ahead and gas up. I'm paid on a bill. I want for the next 7 days. I want to pay on a bill every day. I want half of it to go to a bill, half of it food and gas. And then I know the Lord gonna make sure I have a roof, so I ain't even gonna add that into it. That's how we're gonna do that. And guess what else, guys? My baby's coming home. My baby's leaving out of Mississippi. That right there worth anything for her. Guess what? I love my kids. Guess what? I like them too. We know how to hang out. We know how to take it easy. You know how we know how to do it? Because all of us think we cool, see. When everybody they be like, "Why? How you wasn't able to whoop your kids?" I said, first of all, they thought I was crazy. They didn't want to try it. Second of all of us think we cool. If everybody in the house dapping down the hallway, ain't nobody got time to get no whoop because we all popping our collars, dapping. Cedric got outside throwing the football ever since he's been 5 years old, you know. That's why, yes, he's going to be in the SEC in January. Yes, he will be in the league. This boy been working on this ever since recreation football, AAU, all of that. He been trained by the best. The best. The best. Shout out Chad and Lee Campbell. The best. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of them that don't like him, they're jealous. Yes, he's a white man, yes. But guess what? That white man got my son the full scholarship HBCU. When all these other schools couldn't get to him because the black men were blocking them. The black men were blocking them schools from talking to my son. Okay? So Coach Campbell was in the wing waiting to make sure he'll come and get these boys a chance to help this child because they hating on them, they bullying them at the school by them and everything. Coach Campbell said, "All right," because we thought we were gonna go to Stetson University. It's a D1 school. That's all we were looking for. It, you know, that they were going to just pay for everything because they didn't give football scholarships, but they had a D1 football. We were going to settle for that. I love the people at Stetson's. Shout out Stetson University. Those are the people that made me love football visits. Okay, the way they treated the parents and everything, I just love it. But my baby was trained by the best. But Coach Campbell, I got to give it to you. I don't care who don't like you. You made my son a good man too. You take a village, like they say. He the one got the full scholarship at the HBCU. And for those who don't know what that is, it means historically black college and universities. The white man got a scholarship there, okay? The Burger King clan that talk junk about people in the city didn't get my son the scholarship, okay? Then my son almost didn't graduate early because they were blocking my baby left and right because they ain't like their coach. They were blocking my baby to the very end. When my son told me they were trying to block him from graduating, the superintendent had to come in on this one, honey. The superintendent The superintendent had to come in on that one because he looked at the charts. He was like, let me tell you why the superintendent had to come in on that one. Because he told us at that meeting, me and my daddy went. He said he was getting phone calls left and right about Cedric. He said he knew the transcript. A, never got in trouble. A's, a couple of B pluses. A's. Never got in trouble to this last class, last semester. That's the class he got bullied in. They tried to make it so hard for my baby not to graduate. But see, we knew my baby had to graduate because the college Alcorn was waiting on him to start the playbooks. Everything read. So even my son in the end had to take ingenuity classes to the last hour. They really didn't even want my baby to graduate. They treated him like a second-hand citizen because he graduated early. They didn't really want him to walk across that field, but you know what? Honey, he saw how that superintendent saw how people rallied. But what I knew, I was so worried. Oh, I'm telling you, we all that Christmas holiday. Because see what they did is they sprung it on my baby the last day you get out on Christmas holidays. They did it like that because they knew we would have been out there at school the next day. So they waited, so we had to go all the way through Christmas holidays to go to this meeting. We had to get inside people to get the meeting set up. And you know what saved us? The church circle. Because all my folk, ministers and bishops and stuff, and they also work in the school system. When they found out what this school trying to do to my son, all of them, they went to rallying. And you know what? For some reason, I want to say shout out to my cousin Malorina, okay? Shout out to her because I believe she prayed and God ordered her steps and everything with the rest of the people. And because you know what? The very last day that we got the decision, this how I knew something. I ain't even know Malorina knew about the situation. Because I ain't want to call folk. You know, I just wanted to see what God gonna do. So the very last day, when we got the decision, we were the last people to pull up at school. Because normally we ain't never been the last people to pull up at school. But we were so nervous. My son was so inside anxious and he didn't want to show it. But what God did, we pulled up at school. Guess who was back then? Guess who was back then now? My cousin. She's sitting in her car, waiting just to say hey to us. Letting God know, letting us know my baby gonna graduate. How about she in charge of the whole district, okay? She in charge of the whole district. She knew my son when she followed my whole son call educational career. She know what my son all about. She know my son was a leader ever since he been a little child. It's just these folk that know my son. She knew my son. And when I saw Malorina, I almost cried, boy. She was bad then. She went in the office. She was bad then. She was back then. In her car waiting, she wanted to make sure that we showed up. She was happier. I said, when I saw her, I was like, man, because she had just lost her husband. I was like, man, oh, I could have cried. Thank you, ma'am. And everybody else, because I know it was a slew of others, even the coaches from Alcorn were calling down to Peach County. And now they see why. My son will be one of the greats. My son is Cedric Roberts. Yes, he is. He is the number one linebacker in the country as a sophomore in college. Yes, he is. Because the reason why I say number one is because we got to factor in the grades and the behavior and everything else too now. You know, he up there. He up there in the top 10 in the SWAC already. He number 6, sophomore. The other one's seniors is 25 and 26-year-old people. My son 19. He'll be 20 in January. Them folks sure can't wait to talk to him too. Just know God already done put everything in place, baby. Like they say in New Orleans. Everything's in place, baby. But we worked hard for this shoot. And guess what? We went through obstacles. We went through deaths, sicknesses, cutting up. I didn't act right for a minute there. But you know what? I was always present. When I was going through my hard time from 2016 to 2016 to 2020, I never was not present. My parents from 2017, 2019 were really, really hands-on when it got deeper, when it got harder, and God was on his way to rectify the situation. Okay. The biggest obstacle I had to face, not the danger, not the vulnerability, not the shameful acts, not for the illegal things. Because I wasn't even breaking promises or stealing at that point because I was that bad. I was like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I was. I was like that because I had to live, okay? And then why steal when most of the time the people I hung around, they gave me everything I wanted anyway, okay? All right? And then what they didn't get, I got because I am that one. I am that hustler. I am that one when I was in that mode. I'm going to say that. I do it positively now. But my biggest obstacle was trying to shut my children's ears off from their loved ones who were dogging me out, from the loved ones that were talking bad about me. That was the biggest obstacle. It wasn't even the big bad wolf. It was my own people in my children's ear. Didn't know what they were really talking about. And then some of these were Christians because see, a true believing Christian know how processes go. Because I knew what was going on. But that was my biggest thing. But you know what? For a minute there, and me and my daughter talked about it. They had my daughter. They had her. But I can see it because she was raised by them people, pretty much. And she believed and acted like them people. So when they wanted to dog me out, that's all she knew was them people. See, I don't trade all that out now. You know, we's 20, 25. Me and her don't canceled all of that. We don't broke that thing down and everything. Okay. My son, though, unbreakable. But see, I raised my son though, by myself, with me and my boyfriend that I had at the time. Shout out Arthur Rump. Yes, he's a Flavor Flav. He's a Flavor Flav. He's a loving, caring person when he's not acting like Flavor Flav, okay? God sent him in our lives, and boy, he, you know what? That man put me, look, I allowed that man to put me through things, because he just was being himself, okay? I the one chose, some inside of me chose that, because I thought that was cute. The way he was wild on the wild side, I thought that was cute. That, you know, but God sent that situation, and I appreciate it. Yes, I heard. Yes, we learned. Yes, that's why Cedric and that is why my children are so diverse. That's why I call my son the YN Whisperer. Because when it come to them YNs, they love my son. They be pulling up their pants and things. They be ready to go to war for him. Cedric had to back him down. Them YNs went through the whole locker room, stole everybody's wallet. They laid my baby wallet down, open, nothing missing. So when that stuff, he started, and then the thing about it, he can go to New Orleans. Now, this is a Georgia boy. My son is a Georgia boy. The ones from New Orleans and all them, they love my son. So that's why I started calling him the YN Whisperer. Like the horse whisperer. Everybody needs somebody. My son gonna make sure the YNs ain't gonna have no bad rep, but folk gonna know not to bother them. How about that? That's the whole goal of the YN my son's gonna show what the YN wave really can be, okay? In a more influential, powerful manner, okay? If you're really just standing up for yourself and ain't taking no jump from folk, so if we can just incorporate that lying, cheating, stealing, and be bad with that, we'll be fine. I'm talking about be like looking you up and down when I tell you the truth like that. Cause see, you still got to let the YN express itself. But anyway, me and my boyfriend raised my son. My son, when I would go through my trouble, my son didn't waver. But see, he was raised up under that false pride, worry about everything. We spiritual, we pretty now. We pretty and we spiritual. But a lot of them are worry warts and full of false pride. And I ain't even with it. My daughter still got a little bit of that in her, but as long as I stay present, see, I'm around. I make sure I don't go really over 7 days without seeing my daughter. And then I'm talking to her on the phone then sometime. The other night she pulled up on me up in McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? That's because I got to get all of that out of her. She can keep the good part, but the gift of discernment, me, because we really get that from, I'll tell you another story. Okay. Smart and spiritual and pretty, my mama and her people. Okay. But we ain't war rewards over here. And it's not because I don't take my medicine. It's not because I take my medicine. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. It might be because I take my medicine. Because, see, I've been taking my medicine on time every day since 2020. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. Because the God I serve, even when I go to different support groups and stuff, they say, you still using something. I'll be like, oh, well, I'll be at home at night on this drug. I got a prescription from the psychiatrist for this one. And I use it properly, and I ain't nutting up right now. I'm just explaining it to her because I take it on time every day and don't mind telling anyone, okay? Don't mind telling anyone. And yes, I have a therapist. Because, see, God already done picked my husband. That's why I ain't got to look. That's why I ain't got to date. That's why I ain't got to try to do nothing. I look good for my own self, okay? And so it's good to look presentable and clean and smell good. Even if you wear the same outfit, wash it. If you have to hand wash it, dry it, and iron it real good. Put on some nice deodorant, some light scent, baby magic lotion or something, and put your nice fragrance on. Now, we'll spend some money on a fragrance. Macy's got me spoiled. When they gave me that Macy card and I paid, that's why I made sure I paid that Macy card. Because I love being able to get my fragrances. Because the fragrances I like ain't cheap. But anyway, my son is coming home. I'm gonna be so happy because this year, after Thanksgiving dinner, because I'm off Thursday and Friday, we're gonna put up our Christmas trees. We're gonna put them up. I'm gonna grab all our decorations and stuff out. We are gonna be in there, okay? And I am so excited. I'm probably gonna try to pull everything out Wednesday night while I'm cooking. I'm just gonna go in the garage. I'm gonna go up there myself. I ain't gonna ask nobody because I ain't got to get that big tree out this year. I just need to get my bags of decorations and stuff. I ain't gonna ask nobody. I might ask my son to watch the ladder as I climb up there. Because you know what? Y'all be careful who you ask help you. Please. Be careful who help you. Because they don't be careful when they help you. You know why I say that? Because sometimes, even it could be relatives too now. When people help you, they think they can dictate your behavior. That's what the slave masters used to do. Okay? But see, what they don't realize is who help us, you better keep this behavior in check because we know how to drop it like a bad habit. Okay? As we speak, God is allowing me to show anybody that is helping us right now, please spread the word, that we can make it. Look, I'm up here by myself. I don't know nobody, and I work at the Dollar Tree. So in other words, God got me surviving every day, eating good, got gas in my car, finna get ready to go to the gym. That means where we stay at, where me and my kids base camp at, if we got put out of that place right now, guess what? We all to be at the Baymont. They love to give me a double bedroom with a big sofa anyway, and I be asking for a little king size. We all leave you because God is showing you, and they know who I'm talking about. And please go tell them if they ain't listening. God is showing you that at least in her kids will be fine. Imagine if I had 2 grown kids that'll go get a hustlers with me. And they ain't no, see, my kids ain't no mediocre hustlers. They know how to work 2 jobs. They know how to, my son finna be in the SEC. NIL. Do you actually think we got to stay with anybody? I'm already showing you how you can live off a Dollar Tree check in God's grace. Don't never let nobody think you the end. That's why a lot of women trapped in marriages now, because they think they ain't got nowhere to go. I'm showing you, you can work at the Dollar Tree and make sure you budget and don't burn your bridges, just in case you have to ask for a few favors in the first few months. And you don't have to live with him, them, or whoever you got to stay with. You ain't got to. Now, it ain't been easy. But like I say, I work at the Dollar Tree. Just imagine if I worked at McDonald's. McDonald's paying $17 as a manager. You can make it. And I go home and I check in. I clean up my home. I check in with the only oldest auntie living. And her names are getting her days are getting numbered too. Go tell them that too, because they're very rude. And I've never ever, people come over there and steal out of their house and stuff. So they'll have the audacity to try to look through your purse. Nasty. The only reason why I do is because the God in me know they ain't got nobody, because nobody ain't gonna put up with that mess. And they don't pay enough, trust me. It's not the money. I spend half of the gas money going to clean up their nasty bathrooms. With one of them really just the nasty one. The woman one. And you know what? I don't care who he is. This is my channel. Get off my page before you get blocked. And if anybody, you know what? Because I got one person, just one, that'll call themselves, come question me about what be on my page. I blocked you for years before. Don't get blocked again from all the pages, okay? I just let you back in. Don't ruin it, because I can talk about what and who I want to talk about on my page, because lives are really to help express yourself anyway. And to let y'all know to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell so you can know every time I post a video, go live, or post a photo. I also have my main channel called Queen Elise on YouTube. and that's where you will see reaction commentary. On this channel, we focus main on food and drink. That's our niche over here. And last but not least, I have a channel called Elise's History Corner. And over there is where my almost 2 million view viral short and how to do it is on that channel. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.